Hello, everybody. We might be live.
Can anyone hear us? Who knows?
I am not sure. We've had the devil's own job to make this stream work this evening. Do tell us if you can hear us. Oh, no.
His cheap soap had to go.
Oh.
Can anyone hear us?
I just heard something strange from your end.
Not on screen.
Sound and video good. Ah, that's great. People can hear. That's such a relief.
And see us. That's a relief.
I'm going to
celebrate. I know I'm very pixelated. That is just
how it is.
Something.
I'm going to celebrate with some wine.
Oh, I've got water.
I have wine today. Springfield Estate Sauvignon Blanc, for those of you who like to keep tabs on these things.
Especially from Homer's Vineyard.
This is what a pleasant way to spend a Friday and try and forget the football. The chat seems to be empty. Oh no.
Lawrence, you're right. I am pixelated in real life. The version you see every day is digitally enhanced.
Mark can't guess the setters. No, Mark's going to do some solving, but I'm going to guess the setters based off what I see.
Fair point, Griff Clown. You're absolutely right.
USA. Well, you did. I mean, USA were the better team, undoubtedly.
Yes, well done to the USA.
Florian Wortman. Hello, Florian. Where we won, you won 0-0. You certainly did. Natalia, hello from Kiev. Waterloo, Canada.
Thanks, Emma. I wasn't too worried, but I'm glad you're here.
Scotland. Right, hang on. I have to tweet, don't I? Hang on. Let me just tweet.
Oh yes, gosh, I'd forgotten to remind you. I'm glad you've remembered.
Oh, and if anybody would like to like the stream, we would really appreciate it. I don't know how much difference it makes, but
you might want to wait and see if you actually like it before you like it.
We are solving some Sudokus.
Grace Hansen, hi from Denmark. Good day. How are you, Teresa? Oh, thank you, Long Way to Tipperary. That is very kind. And Tristan can't join to moderate tonight, but still contributing, and I think we have a great stream. That is kind. To Denmark. Very good, Anna. Yes, indeed. Or maybe Denmark.
Oh, Tristan, thank you. And Long Way to Tipperary. Thank you.
The cracking you might have heard my end was the tweet arriving.
Oh. Who can speak Norwegian? Not me, I'm afraid.
No.
Iran. It's amazing, isn't it, where this channel gets to?
Yeah, no. Washington State, USA. Hunter, regular commenter. Excellent.
You want to watch on 1.5 speed? I will like it if Simon guesses my puzzle correctly. Okay, all right.
Maybe I will start talking at 1.5 speed.
Russia. Helsinki.
Helsinki, Finland. And you're going to fall asleep during the stream. Well, have a good nap. Excellent. South Africa. Brilliant, Luke.
One of my favourite countries on the planet.
Alice Simpson from somewhere in New Zealand that is literally unpronounceable by anyone not authentically Maori. Aotearoa. That's what I'm going to say.
Oh, Dwagon.
Michigan.
Thank you very much, Dwagon.
Yes, thank you, Dwagon.
I like your name. It sounds like Barry Kripke from The Big Bang Theory.
You mean Kripke?
El Salvador.
Steve Davis in North Carolina. I think you're not the only person on from North Carolina. Excellent.
North Carolina, where I've spent a very, very pleasant week of my life.
And South Carolina, student of full deck and missing. Hello to Clemson.
Oh, someone's here from their class. Oh yeah,
Yeah, Alyssa,
fantastic.
who we
Alyssa.
saw.
Yeah.
Just
Land
finished
far
your
away.
essay, Charlie. Brilliant.
Lorna from Surrey. Hello, Lorna. Esteban.
Oh, great to see you, Esteban.
Thank you very much. Right, okay.
We've got 3 North Carolinas. This is the most populous place Cracking the Cryptic is what?
Anyone from Pinehurst? Pinehurst, oh, just an hour away from Emily. West Berkshire,
North
beautiful
Berkshire.
place.
Yeah, especially from the M4 mark.
Moscow. It's just incredible.
Spania, Nuremberg, Moscow. My goodness. DC.
Right. Colorado, another fabulous place. Right. Look, I better do some solving, but shall I start?
Do some Sudoku, yes.
Oh,
So
now,
what are you going to start with?
I don't know yet. Let me go here. Can you see that on the screen? Can you see my mouse
Nope.
moving? I didn't even check that.
Oh, I'm behind. Others may be able to see your mouse
Okay.
moving.
I hope you can. So this I've still got
Yes.
this puzzle open, which is the one I solved last time, and I guess that was Joseph Namer correctly. You can see the mouse. Oh, brilliant. So we've got to choose another one. So we've got puzzle by question mark. Oh, they're all going to be by question mark, of course.
Yes, I think you'll find a lot of them are puzzled by question mark.
Yes, that one doesn't look terribly easy. LK Sandwich. And you did tell me last time who the possible authors were.
I
But
did, but I
I've-
barely remember
I'm
it
afraid
myself.
I've forgotten.
So, although Riff Clown said Mark can't be guessing the setters because he knows them all, I'm not absolutely sure that I do know them all at all. So we'll see. I'm not saying I didn't know them at one point. I just don't know. Oh, Boo Boo's in Paris. Brilliant.
Wow. Okay. So Demono's obviously got one of them because Demono said that something exciting would happen if
Oh, I've got a document actually.
um
Okay, well, I'm going to say nothing while you make a
I
selection.
think you said Christoph Seeliger was one of them as well, and I think you said Fistemafel was one of them.
I've decided to say nothing, so it's
Oh,
up to you.
goodness me. All right. Well, I am going to guess from a cursory view that is Fistemafel, but it looks monstrously hard. Either LK Sandwich or Killer Sudoku, I think, is Christoph. I don't know which of those.
I will be able to reveal at some point, but you get stuck into a puzzle, and then I may
blocks.
eventually reveal.
Might be Demono. Palindrome Killer. I'm trying to decide which of these looks the most approachable.
Of course you are.
I'm gonna try this one, I think, because I think I can see something interesting about this one straight away. So this is called Palindrome Killer Arrow. Oh, maybe I can copy the puzzle into the chat, actually. That would be a good idea.
Oh, that would be kind, so people can have a go at it and ignore us entirely.
I don't know if that will work. I've tried to paste it into the chat.
Yeah, I think that has worked.
So hopefully that's worked. Let me go back over here. So it doesn't tell me who it's by. It says normal Sudoku rules apply. Each line is a palindrome, so it reads the same in both directions. Cages show their sums. Okay, digits on an arrow sum to the number in the circle. So it's totally standard rules.
Demono says he may be bluffing.
Demono's bluffing.
He said he might be. He's just
Well,
giving
what did he
nothing
say
away.
that was the bluff? Oh,
Well,
he may not
whatever you
actually
heard
have a puzzle.
before.
Oh, okay. Right, okay, so let's have a look at this, because well, this looks to me like it is actually, it'd be quite funny if this was Fistemafel, because it looks like Fistemafel, doesn't it? I don't know if am I on a live stream.
Explain that.
Well, there is a theorem that many of you will be familiar with. I guess if you're watching the stream, you
I
probably
see.
are familiar with it. That says that those cells and those cells are the same digits. Now, so the question is, do you want me to prove that, or do you already know? I don't know if people who watch the stream are likely to be aficionados who probably don't want to see my Scrabble bags. I've got Scrabble bags.
Give them a moment in case anybody says they need to learn it.
Is it considering spoilering if we take guesses at the puzzle? Question mark sure is a great setter. We know the proof. Need the proof.
I'll look after the chat.
Proof.
One person need proof. Lots of other people know the proof. Lots of we know, we all know, we know. Prove it anyway.
No bags.
No bags.
Prove it with no bags. Okay, I will.
There's no way those are the same digits.
I will prove it super quickly. I haven't proved it for so long. There was a proof I did that involved no double counting, wasn't there? If I remember rightly. Now that's true. There was. Bobbins. I can't remember what that was now. Let me think about that. Why can't I remember the proof that was elegant? Anyway, those blue cells are 4 sets of the digits 1 to 9. We know that because of the rules of Sudoku. Therefore, if I highlight some other cells, I'm going to highlight those cells and these whole columns as well. So if I do that, we can agree that the orange cells are also 4 sets of the digits 1 to 9, and that in the orange sets I'm including these 4 digits twice because they appear once in the row and once in the column. So at the moment, if I count those purple flash digits twice, we can say that the blue set of digits and the orange set of digits are exactly identical, and each contains 4 sets of the digits 1 to 9. So I am going to remove digits from both sets. So we can agree, I think, that if I removed this digit, whatever it happens to be, from both sets, then what remains will still be the same. It won't now be 4 sets of the digits 1 to 9 because I've removed this digit, but whatever's left is the same. Because this was in both sets. I'm going to remove that. That's in both sets. I'm going to remove everything that's in both sets. And then we'll deal with these complicated cells here. Now these cells were twice in orange and once in blue. So if I cancel that down, they become worth once in orange. So all of a sudden, just by cancelling digits that were in both sets, we reach this situation where we don't know exactly what these digits are, but we know the sets of digits are exactly the same. And the reason so that's the proof. Done it. But the reason this looks really interesting in this puzzle is because the palindrome is doing some stuff, isn't it? I mean, those 3 digits are clearly the same as those digits. So I can cancel. I'm going to remove those from both sets. That's right. Okay, I'm going to do that down here as well. And then we're going to have to slightly change tack. Because at this juncture, I've got 10 orange cells and 10 blue cells that contain exactly the same digits. But I know from arrow logic that those 3 digits add up to this digit. So I could remove all 3 of those digits from blue and just this digit from orange. And now there would be an unequal number of digits in both sets, but they would still add up to the same number. So before I do any removals here, obviously because the digits are the same in both sets, the sum of both sets is the same number. Don't know what it is, let's call it x. If I remove those 3 digits from blue and just that digit from orange, because those equate because of the arrow rules, we still have equivalence, and we can do exactly the same down there. I hope this does something, or this is going to make me look like a prize Charlie.
You've gone for it, and it's just irrelevant. By the way, Anton Jasper Jakobsen wants me to say his name for some reason.
Okay. So now we've got blue digits that add up to the same number as orange digits, but we don't know those two, but we do know these. So we've got 32 here. Right, okay. So we've got 32 in those 6 cells, plus at least 1 in both of those cells. Now that gives 34. Well, what's the absolute maximum I can make blue add up to? Well, it's 34, because I'd have to put 8 and 9 in both. You know, I can't put 4 9s into blue. So 17 and 17 is 34. Those both have to be 1s, and that's a lovely start. And based off that start, who do I think? It's not fair that I don't know all the names of the constructors. I'm going to say this is not Christoph. I don't think Christoph would do a set puzzle. I don't think Demono would do a set puzzle. And I don't think Fistemafel would do a puzzle based off his own theorem. So I've managed to eliminate everybody who it could possibly be. Who else is left?
I don't know. At some point, I had a long list, didn't I, of people that Didn't we go into the people who have set more than 13 puzzles for the channel or something?
You did. I just can't remember what you said. I have a feeling...
Oh, no, look. Riff Clown has sent me a multiple choice list, which I've just found, of 16 odd names here.
So, okay.
No, there's nearly 24 names. I'm going to run through them quickly.
Okay, I think last
just
time...
so you know who's possible.
Okay.
This is a different list from whatever I did last time.
Okay, go on.
Okay, Akash Dulani, Bremster, Crusader 175, Demono, Florian Vertman, Glum Hippo, Grockles, Joseph Namer,
Grockles, I think you said last time.
Fistemafel.
I think you said Florian as well. Okay, keep going.
Okay. I mentioned Niverio, Fistemafel, Piotr V, Kodek, Tallcat, 2 to 10th, Zetamath, Real Shaggy, Sam Kappelman Lyons, Mormalyi, Philip Newman, Mr. Menace, Pulverizing Pancake, and Totally Normal Cat. But with your knowledge of the channel, you could reduce it to people who've had 12 or more features.
I think you did that last time, and I think, although I'm probably going to get this wrong, I think Florian, Grockles, Demono.
These are possible candidates for this one?
No, I think this is by Florian Wortman.
Shall I tell you? Or shall we let chat have a guess?
No, because I haven't finished it yet. I haven't finished it yet. There's a 9 in my
carry on into the puzzle as well.
That 18 cage can't have 8 or 9 in it, so that's got to be a 5, 6,
okay.
7.
Riff Clown says what I've just read out is the list of all the guesses that the testers guess.
Oh, golly. That's completely unhelpful.
Yeah, that's completely unhelpful. He has also said that somebody guessed this one right.
Oh, okay, so it is one of the names you just read out.
Yeah, I'm telling you it is.
That's what I'm taking from that.
Yeah,
that's got to be a 6, 7, 8, or 9. I'm doing this in a very higgledy-piggledy way. They add up to 13. They add up to 13. Oh dear. Right, okay. What do I do now? Answers
on all the candidates.
What did you say? Label all the candidates?
Pencil all the candidates in.
There's almost a sort of something in this column. Those digits have got to be 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, because there's only 2 ways. You can't really see it now, but there's only 2 ways of making 22 in 3 cells. So we've almost got something here. Okay. I can see the chat zapping past in the corner of my eye. It makes me wonder whether I've already made a mistake. 22. Okay. How do we do this then? What's going on? Hang on a minute. Is it... There's got to be a 2, 3 and a 4 in one of those. Because that digit, of course, has to go there. That's something I should label, isn't it? Right. Okay, so those digits and those digits are the same digits by palindrome. That's a terrible choice of colour. I'll go yellow. So, and okay, and those digits, look, they can't be 1. So those digits are the same as those digits, and I can probably get rid of the blue now, so I'm going to do that. These digits, I can get rid of the orange. Orange is just serving the same purpose that the blue was serving. So these digits are from 2, 3, 4, 8 and 9. Okay, I've spotted something from that, but it's actually not to do with yellow. So I'm just going to label those up in proper Goodliffe fashion. And note that 5, 6 and 7 have to make an appearance in this row somewhere. And the one that looks interesting to me is the 7 digit. Because where does that go in this row? Can't go on that arrow. Can't go there, can't go there. I think it's got to go there. So that means that is not 7. Which means 7 is in one of these 2 cells. That digit is not 9, is it? Because we know there's a 9 in the 22, and that's the equivalent of that one. So that is not 9. I'm sure that's very important for the following reason. How do we do this then? I don't know. This is discombobulating. 6, 7. What's going on here? This is interesting, but I can't see how to do it. If that's a 6, that's a 2, 3 pair. That would give us a 2, 3, 4 pair here. 7 up. Oh, hang on, no, not 7 up here. 6, 7. I don't know how to do this. I suppose... No, I've got nothing here. There's no 7 in there, so that's got to have an 8 or a 9 in it, which will cancel out something from here. Maybe I've got to get a bit more specific about how this interacts. So let me think about that. Those 2 digits are the same digit. Oh, that can't be 8 or 9 by the column. So that one is that one. Oh, that's really clever. Wow. Wow, okay. This is really lovely. Look, there's a 2, 3, 4 triple here now. So that cell is an 8. That's come out of absolutely nowhere. That is weird. That is weird. I'm almost questioning whether that can be true. I think that's where the logic takes us. But that's massive, because now that's an 8, and this can't be 5, 8, 9. So that's got to be 6, 7, 9.
Thank you very much.
And that's
you were
a 5.
smart, and yeah, Simon was happy to mention the shout out on your brain damage anniversary for you.
Oh yes, gosh, I remember
happy
that.
anniversary, I'm not sure.
Yeah, you were in Tucson, Arizona, if I remember rightly. You'd just done the tour of Tucson. Okay, well this column now, I've got a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 quintuple in it, so those cells have all got to be little, which is probably a valuable deduction. I can get rid of my 8 highlighting now. That has served its purpose. Maybe I should highlight those two as well, actually, because those two have to appear in one of those two cells. Okay, I can't put 5 and 6 on this arrow. Oh, but I have to put... Ah, that's cool. Okay. This 5, 6, 7 triple is doing more work now, because I know the 7 goes here, but the 5 and the 6 in this row have to find a home, and they can't both go there. So one of them goes, whoops, there, which means this cell is a 1 or a 2, which gives a 1, 2, 3, 4 quadruple. So that's a 9, apparently, which means there's a 9 in one of those. Can we really put 9? Oh, hang on, that's a 9. I'm just seeing by the power of that being an 8. So that's an 8. That's a 9. I could have done that ages ago, I'm suddenly realising. 9 is in one of those two. But I don't think this can be a 6 anymore. I think this is the 9, because I've got to put 5 or 6 on this arrow, so it can't then add up to 6. So that's a 9. 9 is in one of those two cells by Sudoku. There's a 5 or a 6 on here, so this is either a 2-6 pair or a 3-5 pair. One is in one of those two cells. Oh, now there must be an 8 in here, mustn't there? Yeah, if there's no 8 in here, we're looking at 6, 5 and 4. They only add up to 15. So there is an 8 in there. So it's an 8, and it's either with a 2-6 or with a 3-5. Bobbins McBobbins face. I don't think we know that.
Mark, please comment on how lovely the puzzle is visually. It is very impressive, there's no doubt about it.
Was that Florian
As you go through it, chat are beginning to comment, isn't this a really brilliant puzzle?
I've just looked across and someone's written, oh God, finally. So I'm obviously doing...
Well, that was Hunter, as usual.
I'm obviously doing appallingly badly. Apologies. Okay. Okay, 2, 3, 4 here. So this is from 5, 6 and 7.
So backseating is like backseat driving. It's sitting in the back, telling the driver what to do.
One
we
lives,
don't encourage
lives on there. Okay, is that helpful? That's a 2, 3 or a 4. I should use these palindromes a bit more judiciously, I think. Those two digits are the... so that can't be 9, because that would transport a 9 back here. So that seems to have to be 9, which means that 9 is in one of two places in this bottom left box. I really would prefer it wasn't here, because a 6 or a 7 on this little string of digits would be very useful. Let me think about that. How does this work? So that digit and that digit are the same. Let's put that in. They go in one of those, and that digit and that digit are the same, and they go in one of these. Can they be 8? No, because that can't be 8. So green is in one of those two cells. Orange is, I think, orange has got a lot of options. Didn't I just say that can't be 8? Because there's an 8 in here, there's an 8 here, so I've got to put 8 in one of those, and if I can't put it there. Right, so that is 8. That's lovely. I've got an 8 here out of nowhere. So that becomes 8, that becomes 5. I can't put 3, 5 in here anymore, so that's got to be 2, 6, 8. That 9 cage is under pressure now. It can't be 1, 8, 2, 7 or 3, 6. So that's become 4, 5. So that means this 13 cage is now 6, 7. Good grief, I just saw a red thing. Bremster.
Aussie dollars. Thank you very much, Bremster. Did we get you into the hobby? You sure you weren't doing it before us? Anyway, any support that you've received from the community, I think, well done to them.
Wow. No, I mean, that's incredibly generous, my friend. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, all strength to you. This is a 9 by Sudoku. That's not a 6. Right, 7s are aligning a little bit. We've got a 7 there and a 7 there. So 7 is in one of these 3 cells. I want it to be here. This, aha. They have to add up to 13. And that little cell can't be 4, 9 or 6, 7. So this is 5 and 8. And oh, this is good. This is good. So that's 5, that's 8, that's 2. Five lives in one of these cells. 3, I've just seen, lives in one of those cells. And has this got rid of... Oh no, that's good. The 5 gets rid of the 6 there. Or forces that to be a 6-1 pair. So that is now a 3-5 pair. 3, oh look, 3s are aligning in these cells, so 3 in this column has to be at the bottom. Oh. Well, yeah, hang on. So now, in this box, where does 3 go? If 3 can't be orange or green, and 3 can't be there by Sudoku, I think 3 gets plonked here. Which means 3 is in one of those cells, which means that's not a 3. That's a 3-5 pair, so that's not a 3. So yellow is not a 3, so that seems to mean blue is a 3, and I get a 3 in the corner. And that's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight, losing its religion. That's a 3 by Sudoku, assuming any of this is correct.
Thank you, Lucas. That's very kind of you. All the best to you too.
That can't be 6. Thanks, Lucas. It can't be 6 now because I can't put 3 on this arrow anymore. But unfortunately, I think lots of other things can go on the arrow. What can we do now? That 2 is giving that, making that a 4 apparently. 4 is the yellow digit, so that gives us some 2s. That becomes a 4, so that becomes a 4. The 4 and the 5, 5 and the 3. That becomes a 3 by magic. We've got to put 1, 7 and 9 in, so that's a 1. This is a 7, 9 pair. So these 2 squares are 6 and 2, which must be resolved, he says. Slightly. How is that not resolved? That is resolved, I just can't see why. 2, 6, so that becomes 2 or 6. Why is this not done? Ah! I can't see why, I'm so sorry. Okay, but now there seems to not be 6 over here. That's really concerning. Right, what do we need down here? Oh, that's it. Look. 4, 7 and 9. So the key thing I'm seeing there is that 4 can't be on the arrow, so 7 can't be the total of the arrow. So that becomes 9. 1, 2, 6 or 1, 3, 5. 3 can't go on the arrow, so it's 1, 2, 6. Which is probably going to help. He says that's become a 7. That's become a 4. That's not 4. I'm jumping around all over the place here. This is a 2 or... Oh, that's a 2 or a 6 as well. So that's a 2 or a 6. So that's a 1. Wow. So these have to add up to 12, and they're not 4, 8 or 3, 9. So that's 5, 7.
Thank you, Lars. That's a donation very close to 3 in the corner indeed.
Thank you, Lars. Okay, we could begin to colouring in a minute. I'm not sure. Right, that digit is a 5. Oh, well, no, that's actually going to help, isn't it? By Sudoku, that's a 5. That gets me a 5, 7, and a 7, and a 6. 6, oh, that's done it. 6, 2, 1. 6, 2, 2, 6 by Palindromics. 6, 7, 7, 5. This is a lovely puzzle, by the way. Whoever set this...
Well, that may help you guess.
Pardon?
Who knows?
Well,
that may help you guess.
A lot of setters...
Now you know more about it.
A lot of setters are good at setting lovely puzzles. That, oh dear, dear, dear. I've made a mistake. Oh, that's a relieving mistake. I just misscanned. Phew.
Oh, thank you, Esteban's daughter Sophia. That's so kind of you. Thank you very much.
That's a 4.
Hi to you as well from both of us.
That's lovely. Thank you. Thank you, Sophia. Okay, so what's going on now? We need 4 and 9. So that's become a 4. That's become a 9. That's become a 9. That's become a 7. 7, 6, 6, 8, 8, 2, 2, 1. 6, 2, and maybe... It looks good as far as I tell. Time taken, that is a long time. So that's how long that puzzle has been open on my on my machine.
That has been open since last time we did this stream, which is extraordinary.
I really like that. I really like that.
But
and I'm not...
Somebody in chat has pointed out that last time I told you the 6 setters involved.
Okay, and who were...
Which is how you had them narrowed down, I think.
Yes, that's my recollection.
Should I do that again? Or do you want to make a guess before I do that? And then I'll tell you...
I am going to guess Florian. That's who I'm guessing.
Okay, that is your guess. You're sticking with it.
That sounds like it's wrong, but I am sticking with it.
It is wrong.
Oh,
it is
bobbins.
Wrong. So I will now tell you the other 5 setters who it might be. And, oh no, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, the other 5 setters who it might be. And chat can have a go at guessing.
Okay.
So the other 5 names we have are Fistemafel, Piotr V, Real Shaggy, who is Christoph Seeliger, Demono, and Joseph Neymar.
I know who it is now.
You know who it is, do you?
Yeah, I do. I didn't realise one of those was an option.
Well, let chat have a... Oh, well, probably whenever you said, oh, we'll give it away then, if you're right. And how do you know who it is?
I just know. It's this person's style. Thank you, Kevin.
Come on.
Yes, that's exactly who I'm guessing, Florian, as well. Oh, they're all guessing the right person.
I wonder if Florian is insulted that you thought it was him, though.
No, it's a great puzzle. It's not Christoph. No way that's Christoph.
Yeah, a lot of people are guessing Piotr. Apparently you already knew it wasn't Florian from the last stream. Well, Joel, I'm afraid we both forgot that Simon knew
That's
that.
so comedy that I've guessed the person I knew it wasn't from the last stream.
That's it. Right, it is indeed Piotr V. So very well done, Peter Venus. Fantastic puzzle, as Simon has made very clear.
That was lovely. Right, now, hang on. So now, Mark, you're going to have a turn, aren't you? But this relies...
Okay, well, I mean, you would think that having had the documents, I know which puzzle is by everybody, but I don't. So that's how stupid I am.
Hang on. Don't do anything yet, because I have to try and turn you on somehow. I don't know if I have or not. So I need to turn myself off. How do I do that? I think it must be one of these. Okay, have you got a puzzle on with a diamond on the screen? A purple diamond?
Yes, I have.
That might have worked then. Let me just go...
Okay, that's good. And if I go through the other puzzles, do they change? So that's the one you just did.
Hang on a sec. I'm just... Okay, I can see the purple one. Yeah, okay, you switch to the LK Killer.
Okay, so they do switch. So
That
I'm
one
gonna.
I've done that one. Don't do that one.
Oh, you've done that one. That's true. Okay. So I quite like the look of this one. This one's quite intriguing as well. It's a 128. I think I am going to attempt this one, and I literally am not 100% sure who it's by. So that's how daft I am.
Okay, so this one is one of the other names you mentioned, yeah?
Yeah, I better post the link to the puzzle in the chat. So anybody who wants to look at it, it must be one of the other names I mentioned exactly. And I think I know who it is, but I'm not sure. But anyway, I will solve it, and you can discuss who you think it might be.
Okay, and I have to do this well. Now, hang on. I'm just
Well,
going
I say I will solve it. I will try and solve it. We'll see how this goes. So I'm going to just restart. So my time is genuine rather than your weird 1500-hour method. Right. And I am looking at this puzzle now and thinking that these 2x2 squares are very, very important, because all I get apart from that is a 3 in the corner. So the arrows and the whispers mixed up. So just to go through the rules, obviously normal Sudoku rules apply. Digits along an arrow sum to the digit in the corresponding circle. And adjacent digit on a green whisper line must have a difference of at least 5. So I think that means that...
Thank you, Music Monkey, by the way.
Going to be high.
Delighted to have you here.
Yeah, it's about polarity. So these two are the same polarity based on the German whisper line. And what I mean by polarity here is either a high digit higher than 5 or a low digit lower than 5. And I'm probably going to try and divide all the numbers on green lines at least into higher and lower digits. And why I say these two are the same polarity is they both have to be different polarity from this one. So they are, and this is the higher of them, and it can only be a maximum of 3 higher than that one. So on all of these 2x2s, the digit on the knuckle of this arrow is going to be 1, 2, or 3. And where it sees a 3, it's not going to be 3. So it's 1, 2, or 3 on all of them because of this this polarity thing. I think that has to be right. Now, it doesn't mean that I know that these are both high polarity every time. It could be low, I think. That could be 1, and this could be 4, and that would be a 3. Oh, not here, but in another of these, that could be a 3 with a 1 on the arrow and a 4 there, and that could be 9, and there are other combinations. So this has given me a 1, 2, 3 triple. Now that doesn't quite let me make all of these high, does it? I don't think it does anyway. Oh, I'm going to color the ones I've done low. I'm going to color everything that is 1, 2, or 3, or indeed 4s if I find them blue. Just so I know they're definitely low. Maybe it matters that in at least one case there is a 3 in this column. Does that matter? If there is a 3, it must be separating either 1 on the tip and 4 in the circle, or 6 on the tip and 9 on the circle. And what does that mean? I don't know. One of these must be low, but it could be a 4. That's not. No, I don't think it could be a 4, actually. One of these is low and can't be a 4, because if that was a 4, this would be not the same polarity. And if that was a 4, it would need 2 9s on the green line. So one of these is 1, 2, or 3 as well. I don't know how to pencil mark that. That's
While you
very...
consider that, I'm going to say thank you to Dustin Mack, who has been enjoying the gas series more than he should be.
Is that your opinion?
No, it's Dustin Mack's
No,
opinion.
it is.
And his
Okay,
opinion
good.
goes on this matter.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. I'm getting confused now. Again, there can't be a 4 in these two, so the other of 1 or 2 is in these. That's interesting. I don't think that can be a 4 because that wouldn't be the same polarity as it has to be for the whisper, and that can't be a 4 because it would need 2 9s. So 1 or 2 is on this whisper. I don't understand how to resolve this. Same must be true here and here as well. Yeah, 1 and 2 are on there as well. Ah, that. Right, one of these is 1 or 2 by the same business that we've been to, or no, it could be 3, but it's not here because that C's 1, 2, and 3. So this must be 1, 2, or 3 and is low. And these 2 are high. 4 just wouldn't work there. Yeah, okay, that's right. It's a tiny breakthrough in a way, but still. Now 3 could be there with 4 here and 9 here, or 3 could be here with 8 and 9 there. So in fact, one of 1, 2, or 3 is here. Oh, this didn't do anything. That's really annoying. I suppose this is the lower digit. So that's 6, 7, or 8. And this is the higher one. So 7, 8, or 9. And that before? No. So that's high. So that's high. And that's low. And the reason this can't be 4 is because it wouldn't be the same polarity as the circle digit. But here, this could be 4. So I have to just wind my neck in a tiny bit there. Again, this is 6, 7, or 8. 7, 8, or 9 in the circle. Yes, now again, we did work out that 1 of 1, 2, or 3 is there. Oh, but this could be 4. Oh, that's so irritating. Somewhere on one of these green blocks, there is going to be a 4 in a circle, and it's going to be dangerous that I see it's possible, or it feels impossible, but it must be possible. This is 1, 2, or 3 as well, because the maximum... No, this is doing the whisper. Yeah, well, it can't be 4 because of the whisper rule. Okay. That could be 6. Yeah, it could. I don't see why not. Maybe it can't be. If that was 8, you'd have a 9 here. You'd have to have a 1 on the arrow. No, that's fine. No problem with that. Oh, not finding this straightforward at all. 1, 2, and 3. This can't, there's 1 of 1, 2, or 3 there, and this can't be 4 again. So this is high. Okay, that's fairly clear. That's high. This is low and is 1, 2, or 3. So just need to find where there is a 3, and we'll have a start, I think. Again, one of those. Ah, now I've got 1, 2, 3 going on here, but these bulbs could be 4. They don't have to be high. This one couldn't be 4 because it would need 1, 3 on the arrow. That's interesting. So that is high, and that gives us the polarity on this whisper line. We get low there, which can't be 4. So that's 1 or 2 as well. I'm going to have to start colouring 1s and 2s or something. Yeah, probably. Or 1s, 2s, and 3s. Maybe they're not enough looking at each other. Here, you could have 4 in the circle. Here, also. I don't see why not. About this one. This now sees 1. Yeah, no, again, you can have 4 in this circle. I'm probably missing something very generic about these blocks.
Stephen, thank you very much. Yes, and thanks to the Skunkworks setters indeed. These puzzles could each be daily features. They could, definitely.
Definitely. Totally agree with that. Now, one of these... I don't know. This can't be a 4, I suppose, but it could be low if that was a 4. Then there'd be a 9 in one of these two. No, I don't know. Sorry, I'm not making much headway here now. Need to think this through somehow. I suppose this is low again, so 6, 7, or 8, and that's higher, 7, 8, or 9. I can do the same up here. This maybe just pencil marking himself to death. This one, 9 there. Right, that was high. That would form a triple of 6, 7, 8 in the middle row. Is that a problem? I'm beginning to get beguiled by the fact that every one I've done has a checkerboard pattern of orange and blue in it. Feels like that might continue. Even though I said earlier it probably won't. One of these is definitely a 3. Oh. Right. No, more important. I was going to say one of these is definitely a 3. That's not true. If I can find one of 2 that is definitely a 3 and part of a checkerboard pattern, then that has to have 6 and 9 on it. So wherever the 3 is, here or here, it's the other things on the arrow are either, oh no, that's not on an arrow, of course. Ah, but if that's a 3 on the green, then that has to be 8 and that has to be 9. If that's where 3 is, then we've either got 1 or 6 here and 4 or 9 here. Where is the 3? Is one of these definitely a 3? That would be quite interesting. Suppose that could be a 1-2 pair. Oh, frustration. Now there is a 1, 2, or 3 here. What does that mean for me? Just don't know. Is it colouring? Can't tell that either. Let's give this a yellow flash just in case, and this a purple flash, and this a red flash. The trouble is they don't see other things. That is purple or red. I don't know. No, that's no use at all. We'll go back as we were. I need to get started here somewhere. All I've done is label a few colours. I haven't placed a single whole digit. Oh, come on. If that was 6. Oh, this can't be 7. because 6 would need to be next to 1, and that would be next to 1. So you can't have a 7 in a bulb on one of these things. That's, in the circle. That's quite interesting.
I was about to tell you that. I was worried you were stuck.
Okay, well, I am. Thank you for spotting it. So those are 8 or 9. Now, does that do anything? It means this can't be... This can be 7, or maybe this... Oh, maybe this can't be 8 for the same sort of reason. No, it can. There's no problem with that being 8. So what does it do for these to be big? For these to be slightly bigger than I knew they were before? Do they have to be the same? Don't think so. I might have to get you to tell me something else if you're spotting something else.
I'm reading the chat. I looked at it a minute ago and was wondering about 7s in the circles.
7s in the bowl, in the circles. So if that's a 3, this has to be 8 and 9. And that has to be 1. If that's a 3, though, I don't know. I feel like column 2 is telling me the most, unless it really is column 5. But, oh yeah, look, on column 5, they're all on the knuckles of the arrows. So in fact, if that's a 3, this is 6 and 9, and then that's not a 6. Oh, that's interesting. Is that somehow going to make both of these have to be 9? What if one of them's 8? This can't. It could be 7. I don't know. I can't see it. If those were both... That doesn't matter. If they were both 8, who cares? Oh, maybe. If they were both 8, I have a feeling this doesn't work. Then these would be 7 and 6. These would be 1 and 2. No, it's fine. I can't see the problem. Oh, good grief. Absolutely stuck. This is so annoying. Now, come on, think again. What goes in? Maybe over here. Is it this? We have a high and a low. 9. Obviously this. If that's high, that's high. And again, that would have to be 8 or 9, wouldn't it? Oh, is that the point? If this is a high digit, it has to be 8 or 9. Forming a pair with that. Then this would have to be 7 or 6. I don't know what it means.
Happy birthday, Linnea. I think you've just turned 30. One, 2, 3. One of these is a 3. Come on, what happens to a 3 in these positions? It must have either a 1 or a 4 there. If one of these two is a 3, it definitely has a 6 here. Okay, well, that central digit can't be 6 anymore, can it?
How are you figuring that then? If that can't be 6.
Well, I'm trusting your pencil marks, but if that's a 6, don't you have to have 1 on the whisper? Oh, sorry, no, I'm misreading the whisper as the arrow. Ignore me.
Okay. If that was 6. either of them 6. You have to have a 1 on the whisper. I mean, those are quite interesting. If I could determine that there definitely was a 1 in one of those cells, that would rule 1 out of quite a few other cells. But I don't know that that solves the puzzle at all. If that's a 3, you have 6 and 9. That has to be a 1. Oh, maybe that's interesting. You can't have a 1 here. Is that interesting? If that was 6, that would be 1. And if you can't have a 1 here, no, I don't get it. I don't get it. This can be high. Wow. I'm sorry, folks. I mean, I know these could all be channel puzzles, but they'd be awful failures for me if they were sometimes. This seems very difficult.
Do you want me to have a go at a different one and you can stare at it?
Yeah, I mean, that could work. Why not?
Hang on a minute. I have to adjust the OBS thing again.
You would do, that's true.
No, hang on. Just wait a sec, because this is always the tricky part. So I have to turn your perspective off, I think, and turn. Goodness knows which one it is that I've got to turn on now. I don't know. Is it that one? No. Is it that one? No. Is it that one? No. This software is so baffling. Edge window. Maybe I've got to have the window open before I turn on some of these things. No, it doesn't seem to like that one. What about that? Oh, that could be it. I might have done it. Can you speak?
Yeah.
Check
can
that
you hear me
yeah,
still?
I was just checking that I haven't lost your.
Okay. Well done.
Right, hang on a sec. Let me go back to these puzzles. So you're looking at one called 8 Blocks. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah.
I'm going to have a go at a killer Sudoku then.
Fair enough.
Which I'm trying to remember who the people were. I think the last one, the one you're doing, the options were Grockles, Demono, Florian, Fistamafel, is that right? Or Christoph?
Christoph, yeah.
I'm going to say that's by Demono.
The one I'm doing.
And I think, and part of that is because I think this one must be Christoph. Christoph loves Killer Sudoku, and this looks like Christoph. So I'm going to guess this one is Christoph. It's just normal Killer Sudoku rules. So normal Sudoku rules apply. Cages cannot contain repeated digits and show their sums. And I can write a digit in the middle because there is a secret. There is a secret of Sudoku. And the secret is that any complete box, any complete column, any complete row adds up to 45. So if those 8 cells add up to 38, that's a 7 in the middle. In fact, look, that's a 5 just by exactly the same trickery. In fact, this puzzle seems much more approachable than the one you're looking at, Mark. That seems to be 36, so that's got to be a 9. Okay, what are those 2 digits then? If these are 18 and 14, 32, they're 13, so they're 12. That's 34, so these are 11, and that has to be a 3.
If you finish that before I've made a single deduction on mine, I'm going to be quite upset.
There's got to be a 9 in a 27 cage that's 4 cells large, because there does. 8, 7, 6 and 5 only add up to 26. Yeah. Oh, look. Okay, this stuff down here. We've got 38, so that's a 7. 14. 34, so this is 11. So this is 12. 28, 17. Yeah, okay, that's right, isn't it? The problem with this is that this might now all die a death. Right, okay, although I can't put 9 in a 14 cage. So in this little box there is something lovely going on. 9 is placeable exactly there. Now that I worked out what those two added up to, and it was 32, 13, so that has to be a 4 by mathematics, I think. There's, oh look, 9 goes in the corner down here, can't go in a 14 cage again. What, there was something on here, along here, I can't remember what it was. 14, 34, 11, 12, so that's 4, 8 now. Can't be 5, 7 or 3, 9. So this is 5, 6 by options being removed. Can't be 9s, 8s or 7s in a domino adding to 11. And we get a 1, 2, 3 triple in these cells, look. And somebody has donated money. Ahmed D, thank you very much. Found you from the witness, now hooked on Sudoku. We don't breeze through them. They're hard. Demono, I've just read your comment. I could never make a puzzle with this many cages, or could I?
No, he says.
Yeah.
It's just messing with your head.
Yeah. Okay, now hang on. What were they adding up to? 13, 12. So they are 5 and 7. We can do the order. So that's 7. That's 5. So that's lovely. 5 and 6 go in at the bottom. 5's in one of these two. They are not 9 anymore. There's probably some optionage. We could reduce these two now. You can never have a 1. Oh yeah. You can never have a 1 or a 2 in a 27 cage, because the other 3 digits would have to add up to too many. So that's a 1, 2 pair. This is a 6, 8 pair. 6, 8 and 9 add to 23. So this is a 4, 9 pair. 4s are aligning, so there's a 4 in this one now. So that's the same flavour. The other 3 digits have got to be 6, 8 and 9, I think. 4, 6, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3. 3, I can place 3. This is 1, 2 and 7. That's not 7. That's not 4. So here, look. 4, 6, 8, 9. So we've got 1s, 2s and 7s to place in these cells. Now, can we do better than that? If that's... what are these adding up to? 17. There's probably some clever trickery we can do with this down here. Not seeing anything very clever though. Let me just think about this. So, here is a lovely little point. At least I think it's lovely. I can't put 8 in that 14 cage now, because if I did, it would have to have 1, 2 and 3 with it, and that would make this cell impossible. So there's got to be an 8 in that domino. Not a 7, an 8. I now can't see what that adds up to. 24. Okay, so we've got 17. We need 7 more. Okay. So there's now an 8 in my 20 cage, I suppose. I think I've got some sort of weird option turned on because I can't see the killer cages. Can I adjust this somehow? Large digits maybe, is that why? Yeah, oh, that's better. That's much better. I can see. Right. Now, Do you have to have an 8 in a 27 cage? If it was... No, you don't, do you? You could have 5, 6, 7 and 9. That would be enough. Bobbins. Oh, well, we were going well, and now we've hit a bit of a stumbling block. So, how do we get ourselves unstuck from this? Maybe I pencil mark this. 1, 2, 7 and 5. Yeah, okay. So that seems to have become a naked single. That's strange. We'll take it though, won't we? So 5 now lives in our 16 cage at the bottom of the grid. Doesn't prevent 7 from being in it as well though. In fact, if we have a look down here, we've got to put a 3 in this cage. So it's now got 3 and 5 in it. And then the other 2 digits are either 1, 7 or 2, 6. Now, well, okay, here's a little point. There's a 6 in there and there's a 6 in there. So there is actually a 6 in here and there is no 6 in here. So we now know the composition of this. It's got to be 1, 7, 3, 5. That's a 2. Can't be 1 or 7. So this is a 6, 9 pair, and that looks helpful, I hope. That's 6, 9, that's 4, that's 9, that's 4, that's 8. That is a 1 or a 3 by the row, I should say. That can't be 3 or 5. Let's try and do some Sudoku. I should be able to do more Sudoku here. This feels like I've got a 6, 8 pair. Oh, I see, and a 1, 7 pair. Oh. Bobbins. Okay. 5, 9. No. Come on, you naughty puzzle. What's going on now? We could... Okay, there's got to be a 9 in one of those 3 cells. That's, I think, extremely underwhelming. That is not a 9. There's definitely a 9 in this domino. That was already known if I'd thought about it. Okay. Let's think about other things. Right. If I put 7 in that 14 cage, it's going to need 1, 2 and 4 with it to get to 14, and it can't have 4, so there is no 7 in that cage, which means there's a 7 in this cage, and I can place it. That's cool. So now I've got 16 here, and I need 11 more, and that's 3, 8 or 5, 6. 3, 8 or 5, 6. I don't know if I know which way around that goes. So there's an 11's worth here, isn't there? And there's a different 11's worth there. So 1 and 2 have to both be in this cage. I'm just wondering if I can do something with that. I don't think I can. I don't even really want to pencil mark it, to be honest. Do I know anything about this? 7 is in here, along with 3 digits that add to 10. Don't know. What about this 14 cage? This... Oh, hang on, I've not put 9 in this box yet. Is there a restriction on that? Oh, hang on, I've got 7 here. That's useful. Sorry, that's just some Sudoku error. I would have Mark giggling into his Coke.
Not watching it at all, I'm afraid. So no problem with that.
That's good. That's good. I can play 7 by Sudoku. I've now got 15 in this box, so I need to put 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s into the other cells. So let's actually fully pencil mark this in a show of solidarity with Mr. G. So that means in this box now we've got to put the 9. So the 9 is definitely in one of those 2 cells, which means this is a 9 and that's 6. And that means, oh, we get a 6 in our 14 cage here. Now that means the other 3 digits in here add up to 8, so they include 1. Which means that is not a 1 anymore. Whoa. I've managed to make that grey. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, can we detect which flavour of 8 this is? 1, 3, 4 or 1, 2, 5. If it was 1, 2, 5, this would be 1, 5, 6. That would be a 3, 1, 5, 2, 1. All sorts of things would happen if this was 1, 2, 5 with its 6. Let's double click set. We have got a lot of 7 action, just left with an X-wing of 7s in the grid. Oh, here's a small point. Oh, this is important. Sorry, I should have seen this before. I'm so slow. Right. I've managed to get a 7 in this 17 cage, so it can't have an 8 in it as well. So there is an 8 in one of these cells. And if there's an 8 in one of these cells and there's an 8 down here, look, that plonks an 8 into my 14 cage over here, where that can't be. No, it can. I was about to say, but this looks like it needs an 8, but it doesn't, in fact. So, in fact, that's become a 5-6 pair. That's the upshot of that. 5 and 6 go in. This is 1, 2, 3, and 8, and we know the 8 is not here. This square is now restricted. 6. Oh, come on. What's this doing? 6 is not there anymore. We could... What could we do? It would be quite potent if there was no 1 in this 17 cage. It would have to have 2, 3, 5 in it, and that would put a 2, 3 pair here, which would be resolved. Oh, that's a bit peculiar as a way of thinking, but that actually seems useful, doesn't it? So let me explain what I've done there. I've noticed this has got a 7 in it. Now I know 3 digits, if they don't have... Oh, am I going crazy? No, I'm not going crazy. If there's no 1 in there, even in my wine-addled state, that would have to be 2, 3, 5 to get the other 3 digits to add to 10. That would seem to put a 2, 3 pair here and make this cell otiose and impossible. So that implies there is a 1 in there. We know there's a 1 in here, so there is no 1 in any of those cells. That becomes a 1. None of these digits is 1 anymore. Do I know that this is a 1? No. Oh, yeah. I remember. Well, this digit now, because this can't be a 1 or a 2, that is a 1 or a 2, because it's the complement in this box that added up to 5. Now I've got a 1, 2 pair in this column from somewhere. Surely there must be a 1 or a 2 in a 15 cage. That must be true, because otherwise it would be 3, 4, 5, and 6, and that adds up to 18, I think. So that must be a 1 or a 2. But there's only 1 of 1 or 2. So if it was 2 in here and not 1, it would have to be 2, 3, 4, 6. Oh, but... okay. Right, but now the 9 in this box can't live in the 15 cage, and that lives in the 23 cage. And that lives in exactly one of those 2 cells. So that's not 9. That's not 9. Aha! That little cell there is a 9, which means that little cell there is a 9. Now, oh, Randy Bell, thank you very much. That's really kind of you. Okay, now this is 16 here, so these 2 cells add up to 5, and that's a 1, 2, or a 3. So that tells us that this is a 2, 3, or a 4. Which is very annoying. Okay, let's come back here then. We've worked out there's 14 in 2 cells in this 23 cage, so we need 9 more that isn't 2, 7, or 4, 5, so it's 3, 6, or 1, 8. So if it was 3, 6, this would have to be the 3. Is there anything wrong with that? I can't see anything wrong with that. I might just pencil mark this row. I'm getting distracted. But this is 3, 4, and 8. So if that was 3, 4, that would give us 16. And that would be a 6. Okay, that's actually plausible, isn't it? If it does include 8, then this is a 1 or a 2, which is also perhaps plausible. How annoying. Okay. I mean, I don't think we're a million miles away from solving this, but we certainly haven't done it yet. When I say we, I'm including you all. Distracting me.
Excellent. Bring them in. Bring them in.
Right, okay, so where should we look next? I don't know. 6 is in one of those 2 cells. Did I work? I did work out that could be a 6 actually, so that's fine. So if that's a 6, this becomes a 3. It's very chock-a-block in the middle, isn't it? What about 8 in the middle? But is it really possible to put 8 in there with 1, 2, 4? Mark Truskothic, thank you so much. That is so kind of you. That's really, really kind. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mark.
Right, we might have to go for some double clickage to see if we can find any. I've really not done very well with... I've only got 1 8 in this grid. How can that be? I might have to resort to proper Goodliffing some of these columns where I've got...
It always helps. You know, it makes sense.
I don't like doing it. Okay, alright, I'm going to do it though. 2, 3, 4, and 8. That can't be 3. I mean, that is going to slightly impinge upon the possible values of this digit. Do I really want to think about that? Not massively, if I'm honest. 5, 14. Right. That little digit can't be a 2 or a 3, because 5 and 9 is 14, and that would make that cell a 10. So this is a 4 or an 8. Now, if that's right, there is a 2 and a 3 in this column in those cells. Can that really be true? I mean, the logic does suggest that, which would suggest I need to put 6 in here as well. And that's going to have to go there, and that's going to probably finish the puzzle. Is it really as simple as that? Mark, I mean, it's basically cheating to pencil mark, because when you pencil mark, everything becomes so clear. That can't be.
I wonder why anybody would do it then.
That's just... Sarah, that's very kind of you. Is he looking a bit forlorn? I'm going to look at this again because I don't trust this pencil marking malarkey. 2, 3, 4 and 8.
You need a hug over here.
That cannot be a 2. It can't be a 2 or a 3. The maths just doesn't work. So the 2 and the 3 move up there. They join an 8 apparently in that box. That makes 13. The other digit has to be a 6 by maths, and that's a 6. Good grief. It seems to work. So now this becomes 2, 3 and 8. And that might do quite a lot of damage, I think, because now that cell's become a 4. Well, actually, maybe I'm overplaying my hand here. I've got 13 now, so these add up to 11. Well, that's a 3. That's an 8. So, oh, that's 1 in the corner. That's 2. That's 3. Okay, so that gives me a 1 here. This should be a 4, 8 pair. That cell's a naked single 5. That cells becomes a 3. So these cells become a 5 and a 6, which I can do. 6, 5. And by mathematics, this has to be a 2, and that looks quite reasonable, actually. That's not the worst looking number we've ever seen. That becomes 3, 8, so that becomes a 2. This column needs a 1 in it, I guess. Let's put it in. That becomes a 2. That's probably doing something. 2 goes here by Sudoku. Alright, so this is now looking better, isn't it? Assuming I've not made an error. These squares have to be 4, 5 and 7. 4, 5 and 7 add to 16, so that looks good. That does look good. 4, 5, 7. That's not 7. That's a 7, in fact. So that's a 7. That's not 7. 1, 2 here. If they add up to 5, these add up to 9, and they are not. They look like they have to be 1, 8. 2, 7. Oh, could they be 3, 6? Oh, you rotten thing. You rotten thing. Okay, I don't know what that is. So if it's 6, 3, it goes that way. If it's 1, 8, it goes this way. Why is that not resolved? That must be resolved. 1, 3. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sure that's resolved. I just can't see how. 1, 3, 4 and 8. The man who says that's not a 3. How is this not... Okay, let's do maths on this column then. I've been reduced to this. So they add up to 13. So that's 22, 24, 32, 37. So that's an 8 apparently. I'm sure that's available in umpteen different ways to that, but that's the way I've seen it. So that gets me a 1 there. That's no longer a 1. Now the Sudoku tells me that digit's a 6. And those 3 digits are 3, 4 and 6. Which again, I feel like that must be resolved, but it's being recalcitrant. That digit becomes an 8. So that's 8, that's 4, that's 4, that's 3. Those digits are now 1, 5 and 9. So that must be the 9. The 1 and the 5 are nearly resolved, but not quite. Okay, that 5 is doing some stuff over here. We can lop 4 out of those squares. We get left with a sensible looking situation. That's a 5 now, that's a 1, that's a 1, that's a 2, so that's an 8, that's a 3, that's a 2. So now what's that? 4 or 9? Okay, so that's 4, that's 9, that's 6, that's 8, that's 6, that's 4, that's 6, that's 8, and if I've not made a ricket, that's a 3. Let's click tick. Yay. Not too bad. 27 minutes. That's a beautiful puzzle, isn't it? That is a beautiful killer Sudoku. And I liked it because it was quite approachable at the start, but some of the deductions were really interesting. I'm not sure how necessary they were, things like that 17 thing. And there was somewhere where I noticed a cell couldn't have, or a cage couldn't have an 8 in it. Did I finish with a 3 in the corner? Oh, well, in the corner of that box, yeah. So, do I change my guess from Christoph? I absolutely don't. That's Christoph Seeliger. Are you allowed to tell me if I'm right?
That is correct.
Yeah,
you're absolutely right. Well done.
Oh, I'm pleased about that. Okay. Now, Mark, do you want to go back to your one?
Well, this is the bit I've been dreading, because you're going to come back to me. I've made a discovery, and it doesn't get me very far.
Okay.
And I mean, I will explain this discovery just because I've thought of it and I don't want it to die alone.
Yeah. Hang on a sec. Let me.
So when you can get my screen back up,
I'm trying.
I'll explain what I have understood about this puzzle, but it hasn't enabled me to solve it.
Okay, I think you are now back live.
Okay, good. What I have found, I believe, is that wherever a 3 appears in one of these blocks, it must be accompanied by a 9. And the reason I believe that to be the case is if you put a 3 on a green knuckle, it must have an 8 and a 9 with it for the German whisper rule. If you put it on a arrow knuckle, then it's either 1 + 3 = 4 or 6 + 3 = 9. Obviously, the latter would put a 9 in the circle. But if it's 1 and 4 on the green line, then the green line gets a 9 on it as well. So that is something, but it's not enough to solve the puzzle, because 3 must appear, for instance, in column 2 in one of those 2 positions. But that only tells me that there's a 9 either there or in one of these 2 cells. And that's not really enough to go on. And then similarly in the central column, well, 3 is in one of those cells, clearly. But that tells me that 9 is either in one of those 2 cells or in one of those 2 cells. And I don't see that allows me to eliminate anything. I'm really left wondering. We've done a number of, I think I have remembered who this is by. I think it is by Florian Wertner. I'm pretty sure that's right. And we've done a number of Florian's puzzles before, and I don't remember anything this difficult. I did, when I was looking at chat briefly while you were solving, I did see a comment from Riff Clown saying, Mark is doing one of the hardest puzzles in the set, and I'm no doubt that's true. But I thought Riff Clouder also told us that they were encouraged not to make them too hard, and I'm wondering if that message didn't get across, or if Florian thinks this is straightforward, or if everybody does. And I don't know, because I still have not found a way through it. I have learned this about wherever 3 goes, it goes with a 9, but it's not a lot of information. And, you know, I'm very happy to be unstuck by Simon or chat or anything, just so we could actually see a solution to this puzzle. But without some information about it, I'm not sure how I'm ever going to get myself unstuck.
They were asked for 2 to 3 star difficulty. I think the one
that's key. The one you did, it sounds like might have been.
Yeah, that was 2 or 3 stars for sure. And the first one was probably 3 stars. The second one was maybe 2 or 3 stars. But the one I did last time, the Joseph Namer one, that was brutally hard.
Yeah, and I thought they'd been ordered in some difficulty level, and this is sort of from the middle of the pack, which is terrifying. So, you know, clearly there is a possibility I'm just being very dense about something in this puzzle. But
people are voting to say Florian be allowed to give a small but important hint.
Oh, that would be great. I mean, can you read it out for me? Because I'm not on the chat page while I'm looking at the puzzle.
Hang on a sec.
If anything comes through. Since we only have half an hour left on the screen, and I'm sure it's not going to collapse even with a small but important hint.
Get ready for the drum roll. Oh.
I'm sure I'll be kicking myself.
Use the first
just
secret.
can't see.
There is one digit that must go on every block. Is Florian's hint. Ooh.
Okay. So I'm assuming that somehow I can conclude that 1 must always be on the block. Let me have a think about why that must be the case. Because I don't think it's the case that 9 has to be. Because I've been analysing 9s quite hard, I think. So I'm going to try to see if I can work out why 1 has to always be on a block. If you have 6... Okay, if you have a fully low block, then it's 1 and 3 adds to 4. So 1's always on that block. If you have a 6 in it, then that's on a green line with a 1 every time. That's true. And if you have 7 and 8 or 8 and 9 in the 2 high cells, then they must have a 1. So I'm now wondering about the case where 7 and 9 are the lowest and the highest on the arrow. Then you get a 2 on the arrow by default.
And it's still got 1.
You must have a 1 on the
so you
other
can write
part
in
of the
row 3,
green.
column 2.
That's absolutely insane. I mean,
That's beautiful.
Florian, if you're really thinking that's a 2 or 3 star difficulty deduction, you're a different person from me, my friend. Brilliant. Okay, I mean, it's very clever. But, sorry, you're saying I can write in a 1 here?
Well, I'm saying no, that can't be a 1, can it? If we're
Okay,
saying every square...
If every block has a 1...
Yeah, then there must...
Then, yeah, there's an X-wing on these 2. That's absolutely right. Okay, so that can't be a 1. Okay, so let's see how we do with that. I mean, I'm not kicking myself hard about that deduction, because it strikes me that's a hard deduction. So we can take a 2 out of that cell, 1 or 3 there. This one is going to... No, that's also not a 2. So one of these is a 3 now. And I should use this again, obviously. There's a 1 on this block. So one of those 2 is a 1. And the 1 on this block has to be up in the corner. Okay, there's a 1 in one of those 2 cells and not a 2, but it could still be 1 plus 3 equals 4, I think. So can't take a chance there. I can pencil mark a 1. Now, I've got, again, an X-wing in boxes 2 and 5, so that can't be the 1 in the block in box 8. I can put a 1 here. This now... can't be a 6. No, that's nonsense. Yeah, it easily can be a 6. That's a green 1. Oh, of course, we've got blocks in boxes 6 and 5 as well. Right, so that's where the 1 is on that block. This is a 2. This is adding 2, so that can't be an 8. That's 6 or 7. This has become a 3. Now that's getting a bit more interesting. There's a 1 on this block, which has to be in the corner now. Good grief, look at that. So we actually do get a triple blue block. My screen is going very slowly, which isn't that helpful. So anyway, we get a 9 in that cell from the Whisper. That makes this an 8. That gives us a 6 there. This can't be 6 now, so 7 or 8 plus not 3, but 1 or 2 there. Oh, that can't be a 2. Now, if that was a 3, it's possible. 8, 9, 2, 6. We can't have a 2 on this one. Oh, we need a 1 on this. So it's got to be in one of those 2 cells. That gives me a random 1 by Sudoku here. I'm going to colour it anyway, even though it's not on a block. Oh, it's nice to be unstuck. Now, yeah, I'm almost out of positioning 1s Yeah, tricky at this point. Now that can't be a 2 because... Is that right? I thought there was something earlier on that I worked out. You can never have a 1, 2 arrow adding to 3. Maybe not. I don't see why, so maybe it can be a 2. Right, now there must be some Sudoku I could do. It would actually help. This is either 6 and 8 or 7 and 9 in box 1. 3, 8, 2, 9, 1, 9, 1, 3, 4. Can that... one of these is a 3. If that's a 3, that's a 1, that's a 4, that's a 9. And if that's a 3, then it's 6 plus 3 equals 9. So one of these two cells is a 9. That does rule out some cells from being a 9. Specifically, I'm going to colour them. None of these can be a 9 as a result of that. Probably shouldn't have to be stuck here again, but what does that do for me? Don't know. 2 or 3 there, so this can't be an 8 anymore. Now, if that was a 3, it's 3 and 1 equals 4. This will become the 1. That will be a 3. That's impossible. Right, that's really interesting. If that was a 3, this 1 here, I thought that, yes, that means that would have to be a 3. And if those were both 3, you can't find anywhere in column 4 to put a 3. So that's not a 3, that's a 1 at the top. And that one next to it isn't. That gives us a 2 here, which is adding to 7 to give 9. Don't know what the whisper number is. This is now a 3, so I can do the rest of that block. Okay, that's good. Now I don't need the yellow cells for anything. Let's get rid of them. Just like Simon was uncolouring cells that didn't need to be coloured anymore earlier. Right, now come on, 1, 7, 2, 3, 6. What's you laughing at now?
I'm laughing at the fact that some bot for the best adult dating site is trying to get the better of Alex and losing.
Alex is phenomenally good at those. Now, 2, 6, 7, 1. I'm sure I worked out earlier that this had to have a 1, 2, or 3 on it. Yeah, you can't put a 4 on it because it would need 2 9s. Yes, okay, there is a 3 on that. And therefore, also an 8 or a 9. But this could still be 4 if they're one way round, or if they're the other way round, it's 8, weirdly. 8, 1, 2, 6. Oh, look, that's just probably ordinary Sudoku that can be done all over the place. 9 in one of those, 9 in one of those. 2, 3, 9, 3, 1, 6, 9. There's an 8 in one of those. While you were solving your puzzle, I did spend quite a long time working out if I could actually make progress on presuming where 5s went in this puzzle, because they'd have to avoid the blocks completely, but I didn't get very far, unfortunately, with that thought.
Yeah, it looks like there's a whole stack of empty rectangles on 5s. Yeah,
well, that's what I assumed, although I don't know quite where to find them now. 1, 3, 2, 6. Now, what about this? This is... Could that be 1 plus 3 equals 4 with a 9 here? Oh, there must be... No, not necessarily. I was going to say there must be a 9. That's not true. 3, 3, 2. keep looking at column 1, hoping that's going to give me inspiration. What am I doing on 1s? Are they all in the grid? Yeah. 2s. Just a few. That's not how to do it now. One of these is a 9. Oh, that's an X-wing on 9s with box 1. Ah, so one of these is a 9. Now, what that tells me is there's no 3 on this. In fact, that's quite interesting for this block. It doesn't have a 9 on. So the whisper line doesn't have a 4 on either, therefore. And therefore it's not 3 plus 1 equals 4 or 2 plus 1 equals 3. So these two are high and they're not 9. They are either 6 or 7 here and 7 or 8 here. And the whisper number has to be 2. It cannot be, yes, it cannot be 3 now. So that's a 2 next to a 7. 7 plus 1 equals 8. 8 in box 1 goes here. That finishes the block in box 1. This can't be 8. 2, 3, 8, 1, 2, 6. There is a 9. Yeah, that's fixed the X-wing 9s, including in the circle in box 2, which makes this an 8. And this is 3 because it sees 1 and 2. So they're all done.
Jonas, thank you very much. Your next
go.
2 a.m. donor is on me. Thanks for all the entertainment. You're very welcome.
1, 2, 3. There's a 3 in one of those 2 cells by Sudoku. That's a 5, 7 pair. 3, 8, 2, 9, 1. Oh, that's a 6. That's probably been available for ages by Sudoku. 1, 9, 6, 2, 8, 3. So my suspicion that column 1 would be useful is sort of coming to fruition.
David Ratner, thank you so much.
6 in one of those, 6 in one of those, 6 in one of those. So this is now a 3, 8, 6 triple, and that's a 5, 4 pair. Also 6 in column 6 has to be at the top. That fixes 6 in box 3. This is 4 or 5. That 3, 6, 8 triple leaves 2, 4, 5, 7. Right, we've got an 8 now. Simon's empty rectangles seem to be coming to the party significantly. This is still not resolved entirely. 3 and 9 or 3 and 8. That's a 4, that's a 9. If that's an 8, that's a 9. So one of these now has to be a 9. And I can remove 8 from there. That's a 3, 9 pair.
I think one of those can't be a 9.
Yes, that's very true. Oh God, well that just suggests I made the wrong pencil marking earlier. No, it does look right. Okay, thank you for that. Well, that's where my brain. Oh no, this doesn't work. 3 plus 1. No, I've got it the wrong way. No, hang on. What am I doing? That's a 4. There we go. That works. Yeah, my brain has turned to mush on this puzzle. It's painful, but it's true. 9, 4, we've got a 3, 5, 7. In fact, I can place 3 in this box. That means I can place 3 in the central box, and indeed 8 and 6. That's an 8. I can do the 4, 9 pair over here. That comes back to be a 5. 2, 6, 7 as a triple up there. That can't unwind yet. There's a 5 here on the empty rectangle again. 5, 1, 8, 6. Right. 6, 5, 3. Come on. I want to be rid of this puzzle. That's 5 or 7. That is 4. Oh, this is 4 or 7. It can't be 5. 9, 7, 2, 3, 6. That's 4 or 5. 8 in this central column is done. There it is. Plenty of cells where 8 still has to go. 9 is in one of those two as well. I'm sure I'm just making heavy weather of this now, but just trying to get through it. Black, come on, let's do the pencil marking there. 18168162759. That is 3 or 4 at the top. Oh no, it's not 3. There's a 3 in the corner. Losing its religion madly. Right. 5, 4, 5, 4, 7, 2. I really hope I haven't made a mistake somewhere here, because that's just going to hurt. 1, 5. That's 7, 5, 7. 2 naked down there. And we get an 8, 5 pair. 6 here. That fixes the triple. That 5, 4 pairs done as well. So 3, 5, 9 still to go up there. Don't know how they works. 2, 4, 8, 5. So the 2 in row 7 is there. 7 and 4 can be done. 7 and 9 in the bottom row. 9, 3, 5, 3, 8, 5, 8, 5, 2, 4. There we go. Well, thank goodness for that.
Oh, well done.
Well, thank you for the hint, Florian, and I'm sorry that I butchered your puzzle. It's a very, very clever idea, but I don't think it's 2 or 3 stars difficulty. I think that is an extremely difficult notion, with the 1 having to be in each block. That is hard. Very clever, though. I won't deny that at all. Brilliant. And thank goodness we're done just before midnight then. Sorry it's taken me so long.
Florian, thank you very much for the donation.
And do you want to attribute the last 3 puzzles then, Simon? We might as well put people out of their misery.
Well, I don't know.
Or do we want to take them up in another stream at some point? I don't know that I can bear to.
How many have we got left to do?
I think we've got 3 left to do. We've got...
I've done that one. That's Christoph.
You've done that one. You haven't done this LK sandwich.
So...
And we haven't done this one.
That one's Fistamafel.
That's correct.
And the... so that must mean the other one is Demono, I think.
Did we do this one?
I've done that. That's Joseph Neyman.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got 2 of those 6 out of the 8 they sent us. We selected 6. We have 2 left. And you've got Fistamafel. So yes, Demono for the other one. I think that's absolutely correct. The sandwich little killer.
Yeah, so, I mean, we could probably do another stream if people want to see it. So we'd have 2.
Well, I'm not sure. They may be a bit turned off by my performance in this one. And indeed, the last time we did Sudoku.
This is now a high 5 for Mark. Well played.
Oh, you're kind, but I really wasn't well played. Thank you, Sarah.
It says, Marcus, you've minimized your thingy or something, it says.
Oh, I have. Yeah, sorry. That's me.
It doesn't like you minimizing your thingy.
I hope it's come back now.
Yes, the thingy is unminimized. Acid.com. That's very kind of you. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you, Acid. Very good of you. More streams. Yes, please, more streams. Oh, dear. What a mess.
I don't know. I get even more nervous that I playing the guitar in front of people than I, live than I do than I do doing Sudoku in front of people.
Oh, thank you, everybody, for actually being with us for this. It is very kind of you to give up your evenings.
It certainly is.
Less tension when you already know we've completed it. It's so true. You're not going to want me to sing along to that.
I am.
very quiet, by the way, for me, Simon.
You interrupted me. I think it's because you're hearing me on another
Okay.
on another microphone, hopefully.
Sorry.
Slightly out of tune. Ah!
Well, thanks to Bill Lamoureux and to Wolframia, very kind of you. And thank you, everybody, for commenting on the stream.
Gosh, embarrassing. Oh, I'm so sorry about that as well. I couldn't even see the... Could anyone hear it? No,
Yeah, they could.
Okay.
The tower is judging, Simon.
Yes, it did. It judged me.
Oh, thank you, Long Way to Tipperary, tipping and tailing the stream for us.
You're very kind, but it was awful. I hate myself now.
Very nice. Only You by the Flying Pickets.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful song, actually. My next one that I might do as an introduction, although it's very much embryonic at the moment, is Golden Brown by the Stranglers.
The Stranglers. Excellent.
With the Raven.
I was once
plays
in an
more.
English class, and a schoolmate of mine brought his ghetto blaster into the class. So as soon as it ended, he could find out if Golden Brown had, as expected, become the number one.
And had
Very excited. It had. His day was made.
Yeah, you see, that record, a bit like the Flying Pickets, and a bit like, I want to say, although it was never number one, Sultans of Swing by Dire Straits, is just so iconic. You know, it's a totally different sound to anything else you've ever heard.
Yeah, true enough. I mean, it is very distinctive. Lawrence is keen on Greg Lake's Christmas song, which I think is based on Prokofiev, from what I remember.
Golden Brown is one of the top 3 songs ever for me. It's an amazing song. The sort of syncopation, and it's just beautiful. It is almost classical, actually, in terms of... I still remember you playing the Adams thing. Yes. Sultans of Swing for the win, yeah. Yeah, one of the first things I ever played in a band. Somewhere there is a tape, but you guys are never going to see it.
Probably on the internet somewhere.
No, it's really not. Not unless my mother, I think, has had it converted. High Hopes, Pink Floyd. Now, that is a guitar solo. That is a guitar solo. Wow. Can Mark sing? Well,
The
let's.
answer is no, sadly. Otherwise, I would do something for you, but I cannot sing, and it won't happen.
Emily asks if I play any classical guitar pieces. Yes, I do. When I was at university, I used to play a lot of guitar then, and in the college I was in, they had like these staircases, huge staircases, and all the dormitories were off to the sides. And if you went to the top of the staircase, there was just a glass roof, and if you played the guitar, the whole sound echoed all the way down the staircase. And I used to play classical guitar at the top of that staircase, and it was that was the best sound I ever made out of guitar. I used to play Recuerdos de la Alhambra, if you know that.
I'll tell Goddess of the Garden how much I can't sing. In the house choral competition, the music teacher took 3 of us aside, picked 3 of us out of the house chorus, got us to sing together, and requested that all of us mime in the actual performance. That's how good I am at singing.
All Pink Floyd have fab guitar. Well, they do, yeah, they do. Oh, classical gas. That's quite tricky to play, Demono. You can obviously play. Play it. You want me to play Recuerdos de la Alhambra? I'll do Asturias Leander as well. Right, we've ticked over the midnight.
Yeah, thank you for seeing us through to midnight, everyone.
Yeah, thanks very much for watching. No votes for Comfortably Numb. Well, yeah, Comfortably Numb would be great. I'd have to do a lot of practice and get my new electric guitar strings. I'd love to see David Gilmour live, Lorna. Gosh, it must be amazing. Oh, Mike Dawes playing Jump. Yeah, that's incredible. That is incredible. Thanks everybody, and good night.
Yeah, thank you all. Bye.